More details on CM Punk's WWE return have been revealed. It's now been confirmed in the last couple of minutes that Punk, alongside Randy Orton, will be at Monday Night Raw tomorrow night in Nashville, Tennessee. Also an update on if he's going to be on the Raw brand moving forward, creative rewrites, frustrations backstage, and so much more. There's plenty to get into as the former WWE and AEW World Champion is back in WWE. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. And the biggest story right now is the return of CM Punk to WWE last night at Survivor Series after the conclusion of the men's War Games encounter. And we've got so many more details surrounding this explosive, dramatic, and surprising return of CM Punk to WWE. Now, CM Punk has made his WWE return, and we'll go through some of the news that has been circulating. Let's start off talking about Drew McIntyre. Now, regarding Drew McIntyre, we did see footage that he looked legitimately upset after the match. Of course, there were reports he had stormed out the arena. Some people suggested that actually he had stormed out prior to Punk's entrance last night, which he did. However, every single person in that War Games match last night was told beforehand that CM Punk would indeed be making his return after the match. So some perceived it as a situation where McIntyre wasn't happy with Punk's return and wanted to get out, just get out of there in general. Now, regarding Drew McIntyre, according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, he was legit upset after his match, but it was related to things broader than CM Punk. Now, Fightful is saying they're going to work to find out more. As far as Seth Rollins, who, again, was very, very animated and very, very frustrated, according to Sean Ross Sapp, most people within the company believe he doesn't like CM Punk, but is wise enough to capitalize on that by working heavily. So some people think it was a work when it comes to Rollins. Circle back to that. We've got some comments from Dave Meltzer. But when it comes to the return of CM Punk, those that Fightful have spoken to claim that Vince McMahon wasn't involved in the decision-making of CM Punk to come back to WWE. Instead, it was a Nick Khan / Triple H call. Vince McMahon had once shot down the idea of CM Punk coming back to the company when Fox wanted him for SmackDown. That was around 2019 and actually 2021 as well. From those that are asking about the AEW internal reaction, according to Fightful, there's almost been none of an internal reaction from those that they've heard of. Now, as far as CM Punk and the brand he's going to be on moving forward in WWE, as I mentioned, he has been announced for Monday Night Raw. We'll get to that in a little bit. There was some talk of CM Punk being a free agent, like the Logan Pauls and the Brock Lesnar's and the others in WWE right now, but he is scheduled for Raw tomorrow, and it looks like he's going to be on Raw moving forward. Now, much of Raw was already planned without CM Punk, so rewrites for the show are in order to fit him in. Regarding references on TV or Shinsuke Nakamura, Punk was not actually planned to be brought back in when those references had started. Now, the angle could certainly be adjusted to include CM Punk, but it wasn't at the time. There aren't many people who know what Nakamura's current program is. It doesn't mean it couldn't be CM Punk, but initially that wasn't the plan. And while there was word elsewhere that CM Punk and Triple H's talks all happened within the last week, at least as of Sunday prior to Survivor Series, we'd heard of them having conversations to mend fences. That comes from Sean Ross Sapp once again. So the suggestion is that a week ago, there maybe was conversations between Punk and Triple H to mend fences. Now, we're going to talk about TNA and CM Punk a bit later on. We'll circle back to that one as well. And as Triple H said in the post-show press conference, many in TKO actually found out about Punk's return whilst watching Survivor Series. Now, the claim is from those within WWE that it is indeed a multi-year agreement. Fightful still say they can't confirm Punk has physically put pen to paper, although other outlets have reported that. Now, Fightful's Corey Brennan has heard that Triple H was anxiously telling the cameraman on headset to get a shot of CM Punk from behind with the crowd in the background. That's why the approach on that shot was kind of awkward as well. But according to Dave Meltzer, as I mentioned, this deal regarding CM Punk's return to WWE came together about 10 days ago. Obviously, it was kept a complete secret from almost everyone. Paul Levesque, as I mentioned, has said that TKO people found out watching the television, which Dave Meltzer says he thought was ridiculous until he asked around and was told the exact same thing. So there were high-ranking, not WWE executives, but TKO executives that found out about Punk's return watching Survivor Series live on there. They found out the same time that you did. That's how much of a closely guarded secret this was. Now, what about the Seth Rollins reaction? Seth Rollins looked to be furious. He was held back by Michael Cole and Corey Graves and security and referees after Punk had appeared. So it's led to people saying, was this legitimate? Was Seth Rollins blindsided? Was he frustrated? Is he unhappy to see CM Punk back? Well, we do know now that Seth Rollins did know CM Punk was coming back because everyone in the War Games match was told ahead of time that Punk indeed was going to come out at the end of the encounter. But was this reaction genuine or is it part of a work? Well, this is what Dave Meltzer has had to say regarding Seth Rollins' reaction. He has said, quote, as far as the Seth thing goes, that was 100% an angle, playing off the fact that months ago when somebody asked Seth Rollins, he's a cancer, we don't want him, which later, by the way, he said if the company wants him and it's the right thing, he doesn't have a problem with it, but because he made that statement, they figured they could do a shoot angle with it, and it makes sense. Now, the actual interview he's referring to is one he did with Nick Houseman, where, again, Seth Rollins said that Phil was a cancer, and it looks like they're going to be playing off of that. So, according to Dave Meltzer, Seth Rollins' reaction last night at Survivor Series was a work and not a shoot, or maybe a work shoot. Maybe Rollins does genuinely have those feelings, but it looks to be part of a bigger storyline at play here. Now, Meltzer has also commented on how much this can hurt AEW, given the fact we've now got a founding executive vice president of the company in Cody Rhodes with WWE, but also the former AEW World Champion, who just very recently was on AEW TV and was later fired by the company. Now, asked about Punk joining WWE, Meltzer said the following. He said, quote, I think this hurts AEW considerably. Just from a perception standpoint, the reason I say that is because of what happened with Cody Rhodes. Punk is not the spiritual beginner of AEW like Cody Rhodes was, but Punk was the biggest star AEW ever had. That's just the reality of it. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. He then continued by saying, as far as star power, he did move numbers more than anyone else. Did Max MJF surpass him on the last run? Yes, he did. But it's still, when Cody left, he was not the number one guy either. And he went to WWE and pretty much became the number two guy almost immediately. And probably really is the number two guy there right now behind Roman Reigns. And Punk is going to be, when you switch sides, you get really, really big. So do you agree with what Dave Meltzer is maybe suggesting there when he's saying that actually, you know, this really hurts AEW from a perception point of view? We've had big stars like Cody Rhodes, like Jade Cargill, and now CM Punk leave AEW under a variety of different circumstances, granted, but go to WWE and maybe feel like they're bigger stars. Has this hurt the perception of AEW? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below as well. Now, it was reported actually that Punk was very close to joining another company that wasn't obviously going back to AEW, that wasn't WWE. Reportedly, it looks like TNA Wrestling was actually very close to getting Punk's signature. In the weeks leading to his return at Survivor Series, much has been reported regarding interest from Impact Wrestling in acquiring Punk as part of the promotion's 2024 rebrand under the TNA name. Punk was even reportedly backstage for Impact tapings in Chicago in late October following the Bound for Glory pay-per-view, leading many to speculate regarding Punk joining the promotion full-time. Now, in a new update from PW Insider, there are further details on Impact's interest in Punk's signature. The report notes that Punk received a, quote, major money offer from the promotion and that Punk was, quote, mulling it over, end quote. Impact sources reportedly felt they were, quote, very close to bringing Punk in at one point. Punk was reportedly, quote, amazing in his dealings with Impact executives Scott D'Amore and Louis D'Angeli, with sources wishing the promotion reportedly were confident of Punk joining, perhaps even to debut at Bound for Glory on October 21, a couple of months ago. Now, talks between Punk and Impact reportedly continued after the pay-per-view, however. Once learning of WWE's interest, Impact conceded due to the money on the table for Punk if he made the move to his former employer, and were happy for him in making that move. The positive sentiment regarding Punk within Impact also extended to talent, who was said to be, quote, appreciative of the time and advice in which he had given during the Chicago taping. So reportedly, Punk did have a major money offer from Impact Wrestling, and it looked at one point to be close. They hoped he was going to be at Bound for Glory. If not, they hoped he would maybe be coming into the company possibly in 2024. But once they learned that WWE was in the running for Punk, they knew they couldn't compete financially, so therefore it wasn't going to happen. Now, as I mentioned, Punk has now been confirmed for tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw in Nashville, Tennessee. WWE tweeted this in the last couple of minutes saying, quote, "The returning CM Punk and Randy Orton will both be on Raw tomorrow night live from the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. Tickets are still on sale for that one. For how much longer, we don't know, but indeed those reports earlier on suggesting that Punk was going to be on Raw indeed were accurate, as WWE has now announced it. Now, this is quite a wild picture, actually. If you go to the WWE.com roster page, you can see all of the WWE roster there right now, and CM Punk has been added back to the WWE roster and also is side by side with the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Two names that a couple of years ago you would have never thought would be possible to be on the WWE roster page indeed are there. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes side by side on the WWE.com roster page. Now, one person has hit out a little bit and taken a shot at CM Punk after making his return to WWE. Of course, we saw Randy Orton return to Survivor Series last night, and his former tag team partner Matt Riddle has posted his own message about Punk's return to the company. You can see it right there. While a number of notable stars have taken to social media to celebrate Punk's WWE comeback, Matt Riddle's message for WWE and Punk was less positive. Matt Riddle took to Twitter to tell WWE to have fun with the 0-2 CM Punk. The former United States champion wrote, quote, "Hey WWE, you thought I was hard to deal with? Have fun with 0-2 CM Punk." Now, Riddle's 0-2 comment refers to CM Punk's MMA run, with Punk losing to Mickey Gall via submission at UFC 203 in September 2016, and initially suffering a unanimous decision loss to Mike Jackson at UFC 225 in 2018, before the result was overturned and made a no contest. Of course, Matt Riddle was released during the September 2023 round of WWE talent cuts. So Matt Riddle taking a bit of a shot on social media. One person reacted on social media not taking a shot was John Cena, arguably CM Punk's greatest rival in WWE. Posted to his notoriously cryptic Instagram page with no caption, as he usually does, but also just posted the picture of Punk sitting down cross-legged at the Allstate Arena in Chicago last night, of course, when he made his return to the company. So what are your thoughts on the latest developments regarding CM Punk and his return to WWE? What are your thoughts on Drew McIntyre's perceived unhappiness? What are your thoughts on Seth Rollins possibly working? Do you think that Rollins is going to be CM Punk's first opponent, or would you like to see them possibly face off at WrestleMania perhaps? Can they stretch it that far? What do you think Punk's going to say and do on Monday Night Raw tomorrow in Nashville? What are your thoughts on all of it? What are your thoughts on Meltzer's comments as well? Let me know your thoughts on all of it in the comment section below. Be sure to smash the like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.